National Analyst shuts down Caitlin Clark versus Juju Watkins debate with one powerful reason. Basketball debates are as inevitable as buzzer beaters. Fans love a good comparison: Jordan versus LeBron, Bird versus Magic, and now Caitlin Clark versus Juju Watkins. But while the basketball world argues, one national analyst has decided to put an end to the debate with one powerful reason. And if you look at the numbers, it's hard to argue against her. Anytime Juju has a great game, people on one side are saying, "Oh, Juju is so much better than Caitlin. Look, she's actually the Michael Jordan of women's basketball." It's not Caitlin, Rachael DeMita said on a recent episode of her podcast. And then people on the other side, anytime they see Juju have a good game, they want to pull up anytime Caitlin has had a great game. It has gotten absurd, and I'm so sick of it because I don't think any of it is productive to any of these players. And she has a point. Clark and Watkins aren't just different players, they play entirely different styles of basketball. Clark, known for her deep three-point shooting, changed the game with her long-range accuracy. She made 207 threes on 560 attempts, 36%, in her sophomore season, compared to Watkins' 127 threes on 390 attempts, 32.6%. Clark also amassed 471 assists in her first 2 years at Iowa, nearly doubling Watkins' current total of 219. But Watkins holds the rebounding edge, collecting 457 boards to Clark's 433. In terms of raw scoring, Watkins actually outpaced Clark's first 2 years, finishing her second season with 1,684 points compared to Clark's 1,662. And if we are to bring in Paige Bueckers, she is the most efficient scorer of the three. She shot an astonishing 52.4% from the field in her freshman year, with a three-point percentage of 46.4%. What truly sets Bueckers apart is her ability to protect the ball. Her assist-to-turnover ratio, 3.82, is the highest among the trio, making her the most reliable playmaker. Clark forces defenses to pick her up at half-court because of her deep shooting ability. Her playmaking skills developed over time, making her not just a scorer, but a facilitator. Watkins, meanwhile, has a game reminiscent of Kobe Bryant's, smooth, methodical, and dominant at all three levels. She has the mid-range, she can score on three levels, and she also is a good defender, DeMita said. She's in the right spots. She blocks shots. She's long. She's athletic. However, Watkins isn't known for her three-point shooting, nor does she play like Clark in terms of high-volume assists. Then there's Bueckers, who might be the most complete in terms of efficiency. Among all of them, she's probably the most efficient when it comes to scoring, when it comes to not having so many turnovers in the game, when it comes to protecting the ball, DeMita explained. She is also a playmaker. Paige can score on every level, but I think one thing with Paige, she's so shifty when she goes to the basket, and she will get a bucket. The bottom line? There is no single best player among them, just three incredibly different and equally valuable talents. As DeMita put it, we have players like Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins who are making names for themselves. I don't want their name, their legacy, and I don't think they want it either, to just be based on comparisons to another player. DeMita's point is clear. These players deserve to be recognized for their unique impact, not just in comparison to one another. But while the debate over who's best rages on, another conversation has emerged, one about visibility. The visibility shift, how Juju Watkins' rise differs from Caitlin Clark's early years. One of my readers recently challenged a common narrative in a recent article of mine regarding Juju getting lesser coverage compared to Clark. In fact, they said, Clark wasn't blasted all over the media in her sophomore year. I didn't really hear much about her until midway through her junior season. Meanwhile, Juju is getting national attention far earlier. You have to credit Clark for elevating the visibility of women's basketball, which has, in turn, given Juju a broader platform. Let's not forget, Juju plays the majority of her games in Pacific time zone. Now that she is playing in the B1G, her exposure is coast to coast. Something Clark didn't have. That got me thinking. So, I ran a Google Trends search on Caitlin Clark, and the results backed it up. Clark's media attention didn't truly explode until the March Madness of 2023, when she led Iowa to the national championship game. The next big spike? March Madness 2024, when she did it again. Watkins, on the other hand, has been in the national spotlight since day one. Even before she stepped onto a college court, she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as the 2020 Sports Kid of the Year. She's not just a rising star, she's a marketing powerhouse. She's landed major deals with Nike, Gatorade, AT&T, and United Airlines. She's got a Funko Pop figure. She appeared in a Nike Super Bowl ad with LeBron James. And in December, she was front and center in a primetime USC-UConn showdown against Paige Bueckers, complete with an NFL lead-in and massive ratings.